woke up in the morning, you had like breakfast, blah blah blah. That's not what you'd remember.
Yeah.
Right. Maybe that's the only thing you can share. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously that was life changing for us, and it was strange, but also very just amazing. And I had one more story I'd like to share with you. There was many, but one more today, if I can.
And we would like to bring you back.
Yeah.
Continue on for sure.
That would be great. After that whole situation with the sympathetic pain, we started to get little signs, here and there. Brother really liked to play golf.
Oh, okay.
Call him like Happy Gilmore because he was a hockey player
Right.
and a golf player.
And golf, yeah.
We started to get golf tees just laying around all over the place. Yes, in the oddest places.
Nice.
In fact, there was one time I found a golf tee inside a pot in my cupboard.
Okay,
my
that's
kitchen
odd.
cupboard.
Well, that is off.
My mom found a golf tee on a neatly folded pair of pants in her drawer.
Really?
Just recently, actually, like a
really?
year or two ago. And then just the other day, she found a golf tee inside the top of her steering wheel in her brand new car.
What?
And she doesn't golf.
Really?
So there's really no explanation for that.
Either that or somebody's playing a sick joke on it.
No.
But I would like to go with the other. Yes.
No.
It's one of those warm, wonderful, non-threatening ways
Reminders?
that my brother gives us signs that he's
nice.
around.
That's nice.
Yeah,
though.
it's wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
And we always point it out whenever we have an experience. We always call each other and say, hey,
Right.
I just found a golf tee. Got another one.
Aw.
Yeah, so that's another way that it's considered an after-death communication, an ADC, is object manipulation.
Sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
People say they find pennies from heaven and things like that.
Dimes. I'm a dime finder.
But that was,
Dimes,
yeah,
yes.
absolutely.
Yeah.
But the other big thing that they can come through on is through electronic communication, through a lot of investigators, as you know, I'm a new investigator with the Winnipeg Paranormal Group.
Yes.
Part of the reason I got involved with that was because I want that further validation. I want more evidence, and I want to open up the lines of communication
And you probably
and
want
learn
proof,
more.
And you probably want proof of what you've already experienced.
Right.
Yes, absolutely. And I'm fascinated, and I want to open up that line of communication so that we can. Could you imagine what this world would be like if everyone came to realize and accept that this is reality?
Yeah.
That there's more.
Yeah.
After we die.
For sure.
Right now, there's such a big stigma.
For sure.
And a lot of people, I can't talk about this with just anyone.
No,
people
not at all.
just look at me with a weird, blank
yeah.
look on their face, and
Because either they want
change
to
subjects,
say something, or they're too afraid to look like a fool, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's very hard for me to share this with people. So
Understandable. No.
joining the Winnipeg Paranormal Group, they totally understand. They've seen it all.
Mm-hmm.
You're with your tribes.
Yeah, I'm with my tribe. They get me, and I
Right.
get them, and so it's awesome. But yeah, so electronic communication, they use EVPs. They use little recording devices, and I've started to get into that lately. But what started that, and this was one of the major big signs my brother gave me, only about 2 or 3 months after he died. I started college, Red River College. I took creative communications. And I had a project I had to do. It was an editorial I had to write. I was on my computer, just started the first couple of sentences. Thought, I better get myself some iced tea. I'm thirsty. So I got up, went to the kitchen, got some iced tea, came back, and the Word document was scrolled down to the bottom. And I thought, what the heck is this?
Oh.
So I just went to go back up to the top and continue where I left off.
Yeah.
But then I thought, wait a minute, there's something typed here at the bottom of the page.
Last words.
I read it. It said, "Hi Melanie, hi Melanie, hi Melanie. How are you? I'm okay. Don't worry about me."
Oh.
Yeah.
All lowercase, no spaces.
Yeah.
The only place there was a space was before he said, "I'm okay. Don't worry about me." And I looked at it and I stared at it like I do whenever these things happen. Like, did this really happen? I went around to everybody in my house because I moved back in with my parents while I was in college. It's a very intensive program. And I asked them, did anybody come into my computer and write something?
Yeah.
And then why would they write that?
Right.
Anyway, right? Everybody had no idea what I was talking about. They thought I was crazy. I still have it.
Do you?
Yes.
That's nice.
But I didn't know what it was. I'm still skeptical, as I always am with everything that ever happens. And so a few weeks later, I go into the bookstore, Nally Robinson on Grant there, and looking around at the books, go into the spiritual section, and there's this book called Contact the Other Side by Konstantinos.
Okay.
And I opened it up to page, I think it was 123 or something. Right on the page, I see, we have the connection here. It's true. It's difficult, but and it's all lowercase, no spaces. He had investigated computer communication.
Oh, okay.
And that's how they came through when they wrote on the computer, all lowercase, no spaces.
Right.
And I happened to just open it up on that page.
Page 1, 2, 3.
And it showed me that this, yes, we have the connection here. More difficult, better to rely on sound is what it said.
Oh, okay.
You look it up. Contact the Other Side. I think that's the name of the book. But yeah, you'll have to look it up. But yeah, it's ever since then, I've been fascinated with the paranormal. More so than even when I was a kid. And I take it more seriously, of course.
Right.
And
because you've had more validation, you've had your self-direct evidence that
yes,
you know that there is a connection and there is something there, and that person is for you on the other side, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I don't look at mediums as skeptically as I used to, because I've had that validation from them too. Yes. So we can communicate in multiple ways with our loved ones who've crossed over, and they're communicating with us all the time too. So we just need to keep our eyes open.
You want validation, they want validation.
Yes, they want to communicate with us. They want us to know they're okay.
Right.
Why not? I would.
Yeah,
Totally, I would.
it helps
I
our
would be
healing
like,
process. It helps their healing process.
Sure.
And that's what I believe in, and so that's why I got involved with the paranormal.
Do you think it's helped you having that sort of validation? Do you feel better when it happens? Do you know what I mean?
Oh,
or do
absolutely.
You feel better inside, sort of.
Absolutely, there is nothing more healing than knowing that your loved one
is there looking for you.
You may not be able to see them in the flesh. You may not be able to put your arms around them and hug them.
No.
But just knowing that you may one day see them again when you join the spirit is so much more comforting. It's like they're away on a trip rather than gone forever.
Yeah.
So for skeptics and for atheists, I feel really sorry for them, that they're dismissing the evidence that is all around us all the time, that at least I've experienced. And that's why I feel like it's important for me to share my story.
Do you think that's religion-based per se? Because I kind of consider myself an atheist. I think I'm spiritual per se, but I don't really commit to any religion.
I'm not really.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
though?
and you can be spiritual and not religious.
Right.
You can you can reject all religion and still be spiritual.
For sure.
You know, So, but I think that when I'm talking about atheists, I'm in the sense of they're dismissing anything
everything.
spiritual.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Because even I got a message from a medium that my grandma came through and said, religion is bullshit. This is this is a spirit. This is my grandma, who was a devout Catholic.
Really?
And she said, I wish I had known then what I know now is that we all get to go here.
We all get to join.
It doesn't matter what you believe in, heaven or hell or Jesus or Buddha.
Or whatever.
Everybody gets to go there.
Hopefully.
So that's nice to think.
Right?
And isn't it?
It is. Hopefully, yeah.
And that brings me tremendous healing.
I do know some people that I don't want to really hang out with me.
I don't want to encounter.
Yeah, I know. There's some people I'd be like, no.
That's okay.
Pass on those ones. No. Yeah.
They can go to their virtual playground, spiritual playground. I'll go to my spiritual playground.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, so that's. There's been so much more even that I could go on. I could go on for days.
You can come back.
But
you live so close. Who knows?
Really? You can bike now. It's good.
Yeah.
You guys are very cool. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much for coming down to PodLounge.
It's been a lot of fun.
And talking with us and sharing your experiences, because we totally respect that. We get that. You know what I'm saying? So,
and I enjoyed it.
And in a way that gives you. I know we cried.
Oh my God, we cried.
We did. Yeah. So, just getting raw and emotional with this, it just gives validation that there is something more.
Yeah.
And it's nice to be able to connect with the other side and spirit, because you just don't know until it happens to you. And a lot of people have to appreciate that. We call ourselves, what do we call ourselves again? We call ourselves optimistic skeptics. So
it's a good way to be.
Yeah.
Keep an open mind, but also stay skeptical.
Oh, for sure. You can't wander around the world thinking, no, this is not right.
That's right.
Because you're going to miss out on everything.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Right?
Yeah. So we'd like to thank Mel for coming down today.
Thank you, Mel,
Thank you
much
coming
for
to the
sharing.
PodLounge. Come down anytime. You know where we are.
You away.
No, that's right.
Not far at all.
Exactly.
Over any time. Right?
Excellent. And thank you again for joining us this week. And this was episode 17. And again, you're with Jas and Sher. If you have any comments, concerns, or anything you'd like to...
Questions, want to share with us?
Anything. We're open to everything and anything.
Always.
Yes. And you are again joining us with Giving Up the Ghost. And live every day like it is your last.
But never give up the ghost.
Bye
And
for
say
now.
I love you.
And say I love you.
I love you whenever you can.
Oh, definitely.
Oh, that was
All right.
sweet.
Thank you.
Thank you.